Say person you have to know as an international student, you have a lot of countries you can choose from. And before you even start the process, you have to know where you want to study. So what I say, because country be any admission requirements and then the visa documentations requirements. In countries or person by US the process is different from say Europe and I say Canada and UK. And in fact, first you have to decide which country you want to go to. Say setting you have to maybe now per se be always sport to say if you are 2 or 3 countries and you have to know the documents required for each of those countries. Send you don't find yourself wanting. And say apply to the US as an international undergraduate student. You will need your high school transcript. Sometimes they do credential evaluation, sometimes they do not. Sometimes they ask you for IELTS, that's English proficiency. Sometimes they do not. Until you have to know which school you are going to and then their documentation. But mostly undergraduate students who bring here a transcript, who bring here a passport, who bring here a bank statement, and then you are good to go. Oh yeah, masters and that's a graduate degree. I want you to be here SOP, who bring here a kind of resume, who bring here a transcript, who bring here writing samples, who bring here a bank statement. Now those kind of documentations you need all of them. And here for US, Osaka admission then you pay your service fee and then you can go ahead with the visa processes. That's the US process. It's so simple, but very tedious. But over to say Canada, or apply for admission. You go through the admission process. Sometimes they require the same documents as the US schools. Until you go through the same process. Who we are can say interview partner, the visa process now. US interview, Canada interview. Their documentation for the visa process is very different. USA kita school documents, the qua. Then you can go with your bank statement and then the person sponsoring you how they are getting money into their account. You can go with those documentation, but mostly they don't look at it. Their decision and everything. I don't know how they do it, but they don't mostly look at that. But Canada now, they will review it. They review those documents. And overthrow statements, study plan, over explaining how your background with your current background and the program you're going to study is going to help you in your career. Develop you into your career, and you have to explain that who we are or bank statements now they call them. Transaction be a kind of you have to explain how money is coming into the account and those money, how it came into the account and I say where it's coming from. So I say so you have to make the explanation for those things. And the person sponsoring you, so over sponsorship letter and I say over letter to explain why the person is sponsoring your relationship with the person. See, it's kind of very detailed. Some documents now they come from Canada, and here or US one because someone shut down here, so one difference, Sana uko Europe, so bank statement they don't really deal with the bank statement side. Mostly block account. Block account in my video, I might explain what block account entails, but to let you know, someone knew anything about block accounts, and I know I had to say like, oh, yes, students in our question instead of bank statements, never sponsor them. Block accounts in the world, now this ask to normal locking. It was until until so why your visa never know across our country, no as an albeit me in your access to the account to withdraw money. That's it. Sana Europe, they say, almost school processes necessarily different. So as I say, into all countries and their schools are different from each country. First, you have to know the country you want to go to. And see, so new country now, person or maybe our 3 options are know the requirements for each of these countries, and then you can start your application process. Me, I like it say me or documenting me and starting process, and then me I'm ready to I'm in safe room. Now for the minister say I'm a train on. So I say, and he say, oh you'll be open peace. You can go ahead. They all want to know their start application, but make sure say before the deadline comes, start documenting to meet the deadline so that you can submit your application in time. So I say, auntie, this is just an advice for you. I'm more person who's there approach. First of all, I should say OBC or when school Canada until also person called Canada. You have to know what it entails to go to Canada to get the visa and everything, because sometimes Canada schools babies say to enrollment deposits. Enrollment deposits and anything are refundable. Into correctional coach yana visa ya approve that is also can share go until you also yes man so